Two students were engaged in a sparring match when a powerful punch landed squarely on one student's chest. Ouch! That hurt like hell. The student groaned, rubbing the sore spot. His companion laughed. Suhong, your Vajra fist has improved again, hasn't it? Don't tell me you've already reached the micro level. Suhong calmly nodded. I broke through 2 days ago. In this world, martial arts mastery was divided into 5 stages: basic, proficient, micro, mastered, and perfect. Reaching the micro level at such a young age already placed someone far ahead of most of their peers. The student shook his head in admiration. When it comes to the Vajra fist, nobody in our class can compare to you. Then he grinned. Done resting? Let's keep practicing. However, the pain from that last punch was still throbbing. On second thought, he had absolutely no intention of taking another hit. You cultivation maniac, he complained while backing away. I'm going home to eat. Before leaving the training hall, he respectfully greeted Teacher Lee. Goodbye, Teacher Lee. Teacher Lee glanced at him and frowned. Straighten your clothes before you leave. After the student departed, Teacher Lee turned his attention to Suhong. Suhong, why haven't you paid the 30,000 registration fee for the martial arts department yet? Applications close next month. Suhong hesitated. Teacher, could I have a few more days? Teacher Lee sighed. I know your family's situation, but rules are rules. There's nothing I can do. After everyone else had left, Suhong remained alone in the training hall. He continued practicing his forms over and over, but no matter how hard he trained, one thought kept distracting him. The 30,000 registration fee. His mind drifted back to the past. When he was 3 years old, his parents had died during a disaster caused by ferocious beasts. Since then, his uncle and aunt had raised him as their own child. After discovering his martial arts talent, they had devoted everything they had to supporting his cultivation. In an era where ferocious beasts roamed the land, becoming a martial artist was one of the few paths to wealth and security. Suhong had trained tirelessly to repay their kindness and give them a better life. Yet now, it felt as though he was only becoming a burden. That evening, he returned home to a rundown apartment hidden in one of the city's poorer districts. As he approached the door, he heard his aunt's voice from inside. The rent is due soon. How much are we still short? His uncle replied firmly. The rent can wait. Little Hong's registration fee comes first. His aunt nodded. With his talent, he'll definitely succeed someday. We can't hold him back. After a brief pause, she spoke again. I'll stop taking my medicine. It's not helping anyway, and it'll save money. His uncle immediately objected. Absolutely not. I'll find another job if I have to. You stay home, rest properly, and focus on recovering. We'll figure everything else out. Hidden outside the door, Suhong listened silently. A painful ache spread through his chest. At that moment, he felt that this world was unfair beyond reason. It was a world driven by greed. Even someone with talent had to pay enormous fees simply for the opportunity to pursue their dreams. And unfortunately, making money was never one of Suhong's talents. The more he thought about it, the more absurd everything seemed. Eventually, he pushed those thoughts aside and opened the door. I'm back. The moment his aunt saw him, her face brightened. You practiced until this late again? You must be exhausted. Suhong immediately offered to help with the household chores. I'll do it. His aunt waved him away. Don't worry about these things. Go get some rest. His uncle nodded in agreement. Listen to your aunt. You have training tomorrow. Suhong returned to his room. But sleep never came. Lying in bed, he stared at the ceiling while his thoughts raced. His uncle and aunt had already sacrificed far too much for him. He couldn't continue relying on them. This time, he would solve the problem himself. For a martial apprentice hoping to earn tens of thousands of dollars within a few days, only one option existed: the underground martial arena. The following day, a booming announcement echoed through the crowded streets. Welcome to the Martial Apprentice Arena Challenge. Here, only victory and defeat matter. Life and death are your own responsibility. The underground arena was packed with spectators. The announcer's voice rang with excitement as she introduced the defending fighter. Today's challenger is Mr. Minotaur. The rules were simple. Win 4 consecutive matches and receive a prize of 60,000. Lose even once and leave with nothing. The crowd immediately burst into discussion. Who's that? Never seen him before. A rookie entering the arena challenge? He's courting death. Meanwhile, The announcer leaned toward the masked fighter and whispered, "Show some passion. Fire up the crowd." The young man blinked. "How?" The announcer sighed. "Provoke them. Talk trash. Say something arrogant." Realization finally dawned on him. The masked fighter raised his head and let out a loud roar. "Below the level of a formal martial artist, I am invincible. All weaklings are welcome to challenge me." The audience instantly exploded with excitement. Some cursed him for his arrogance. Others praised his confidence. Either way, the atmosphere reached a fever pitch. Hidden behind the Minotaur mask, Su Hong remained calm. He could clearly feel the murderous aura unique to the underground arena. However, this was also the fastest way to earn the money he desperately needed. As long as he won a few matches with his Vajra fist, it would all be worth it. The moment the match began, Su Hong's first opponent stepped into the ring. The burly man sneered at the masked fighter before him. "You arrogant brat. Let me teach you a lesson." Su Hong barely acknowledged the insult. His calm eyes quickly analyzed the man's stance, breathing, and movement. Strong momentum, average footwork, several obvious openings. A faint smile appeared beneath the Minotaur mask. Winning this fight wouldn't be difficult. Seeing Su Hong remain silent, the challenger became even more irritated. "You dare ignore me?" With an angry roar, he charged forward and threw a powerful punch. Su Hong calmly shifted his body. The punch sliced harmlessly through the air. Before the man could react, Su Hong's fist flashed forward. Bang! The strike landed squarely on the man's jaw. The challenger was sent flying backward and crashed heavily onto the arena floor. The entire fight ended in an instant. For a brief moment, the arena fell silent. Then the crowd exploded. "What? One punch." He knocked him out with a single punch. Even the announcer was stunned. She stared at the masked youth before quickly recovering her excitement. An incredible victory. Minotaur takes his first win. Cheers erupted throughout the arena. Some spectators shouted in excitement, while others cursed the defeated challenger for being useless. The underground arena thrived on blood and violence, and Su Hong's decisive victory had instantly won the crowd's attention. Before the noise could settle, a second challenger stepped onto the stage. The man cracked his knuckles and laughed. "The last guy was just weak. Things won't be so easy this time." Su Hong simply raised a hand. "Please." The casual response almost made the challenger explode with anger. With a furious shout, he rushed forward. This time, Su Hong carefully observed his opponent's physique. Broad shoulders, strong arms, excellent muscle development. A perfect opponent for testing the true power of his micro-level Vajra fist. The challenger launched a heavy punch directly at him. Instead of dodging, Su Hong stepped forward. The two fists collided head-on. Boom! A powerful shockwave spread through the ring. The challenger's expression instantly changed. The force behind Su Hong's fist was far beyond his expectations. Before he could recover, Su Hong had already seen through his weaknesses. His opponent relied too heavily on upper body strength. His waist and lower body lacked stability. A fatal flaw. Without hesitation, Su Hong unleashed a swift kick. The strike connected perfectly. The challenger was launched off the platform and slammed into the ground below. Another overwhelming victory. The crowd erupted once more. Too strong. Where did this kid come from? He's crushed two opponents already. The announcer practically shouted into the microphone. 2 consecutive victories. Minotaur is unstoppable. The arena's excitement grew even more intense. Meanwhile, in a private viewing area overlooking the arena, several well-dressed spectators watched silently. Unlike the average audience, their eyes were sharp and calculating. One of them narrowed his gaze. Interesting. He isn't even a quasi-martial artist yet, but his strength far exceeds ordinary martial apprentices. Another nodded. Definitely talented. The third man smiled faintly. A useful talent. The hidden meaning behind his words caused the others to smirk. Talented fighters were valuable assets in underground arenas, especially those who could attract attention and betting money. Back in the ring, Su Hong continued his winning streak. One opponent after another challenged him. One after another fell. Soon, the announcer's excited voice echoed throughout the arena once again. 3 consecutive victories. The crowd roared with excitement. Only one more win remained. The instant the announcement ended, both fighters moved. Boom. Their figures shot forward like arrows released from a bow. The moment they exchanged blows, Su-hong immediately sensed the difference. His cultivation was lower. If he wanted any chance of winning, he needed to attack with everything he had from the very beginning. Vitality surged through his body. The Vajra fist erupted. A powerful punch tore through the air, producing visible shockwaves. White Fox responded with a punch of his own. The two attacks collided. Boom. The ring trembled beneath the impact. Gasps echoed from every direction. The power displayed by both fighters was far beyond what anyone expected. Yet at the exact moment their fists met, Su-hong's heart sank. Something felt wrong. Very wrong. The force behind White Fox's attack exceeded that of a quasi-martial artist. Far exceeded it. In that instant, realization struck him. White Fox wasn't suppressing his strength as a quasi-martial artist. He was suppressing his strength as a true martial artist. A genuine martial artist. Cold sweat formed beneath Su-hong's mask. He had never imagined such an opponent would appear in the arena challenge. White Fox took a deep breath. Then he attacked again. Thunder Rush Fist. His fists transformed into a relentless storm. One strike, then another, then another. Each punch was faster and heavier than the last. The famous 3-echo Thunder Rush Fist unfolded with terrifying momentum. Under the overwhelming barrage, Su-hong was forced backward repeatedly. Pain spread throughout his arms. His muscles trembled from the impacts. For the first time, he truly experienced the gap between a martial apprentice and a genuine martial artist. The audience was completely stunned. Someone immediately recognized the technique. That's the 3-echo Thunder Rush Fist. No wonder he's so strong. To witness such a technique here today was worth the price of admission. For the moment, Minotaur could do nothing but defend. White Fox's fists came crashing down like an endless storm. Even when Su-hong managed to block, the force behind each strike seeped through his guard, rattling his bones and sending waves of pain throughout his body. If this continued, defeat was inevitable. He needed an opportunity to counterattack. Unfortunately, White Fox's assault was too fast and too relentless. Every punch flowed seamlessly into the next, leaving no openings to exploit. Then, suddenly, White Fox found one himself. A lightning-fast punch shot toward Minotaur's jaw. Bang! The blow connected cleanly. Su-hong was sent flying through the air before crashing heavily onto the arena floor. His vision blurred. The world spun around him. As darkness crept into the edges of his sight, his consciousness began slipping away. Before he could recover, a foot pressed firmly against his face. White Fox looked down at him calmly. You won't receive a single coin of today's prize money. His voice was cold and indifferent. However, my teacher is willing to give you an opportunity. Su-hong remained silent. White Fox continued. Join us. In future matches, you'll deliberately lose when instructed. In return, you'll earn more money than today's prize. The meaning was obvious. Match fixing. Even while being pinned to the ground, Su-hong answered without hesitation. No. White Fox blinked. He had expected resistance. He had not expected such a direct rejection. You should think carefully, White Fox warned. Refusing us comes with consequences you can't afford. Su-hong's eyes hardened. People who manipulate fights for profit. He spat a mouthful of blood onto the arena floor. Don't deserve to call themselves martial artists. The arena fell silent. White Fox stared at him for a moment. Then his expression turned cold. Then there's nothing left to discuss. He turned away before speaking one final sentence. If you won't cooperate, I'll make sure you never become a martial artist. His foot shifted. A powerful kick aimed directly at Su-hong's leg. If it landed, his future would be destroyed. At that moment, White Fox's words echoed repeatedly inside Su-hong's mind. Never become a martial artist. Never become a martial artist. Never become a martial artist. Something inside him erupted. With pure instinct, Su-hong rolled away at the last possible moment. The kick smashed into the arena floor. Cracks spread across the stone. Su-hong forced himself upright. His body screamed in pain. His muscles trembled. Blood dripped from the corner of his mouth. Yet his eyes burned brighter than ever. He could not fall here. Not now. Not after everything his uncle and aunt had sacrificed for him. White Fox frowned. He clearly remembered landing the 3-echo Thunder Rush Fist earlier. Any ordinary martial apprentice would have been unable to stand. Yet somehow, This boy was still fighting. Meanwhile, Suhong's thoughts remained crystal clear. He wanted to become a martial artist. He wanted to give his family a better life. He wanted to repay the people who had raised him. But did achieving those goals require abandoning everything a martial artist was supposed to stand for? The answer appeared instantly. No, absolutely not. If success required sacrificing his principles, then it wasn't a future worth pursuing. The moment that conviction formed, the world around him froze. Everything became silent. A translucent screen appeared before his eyes. Cold, emotionless text floated across its surface. What are you willing to sacrifice for your future? What are you willing to sacrifice for your faith? Suhong didn't hesitate. Everything. The screen flickered. Another message appeared. Are you certain? His answer remained unchanged. Everything. The instant those words left his mouth, a strange transformation began.